Om Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharmasvarupine avataravarishthaya Ramakrishnaya te namaha. Sri Ramakrishna is speaking to Pundit Shashadhar. When the fruit appears, the blossoms drops off. Love of God is the fruit, and the rituals are blossom. When the daughter-in-law of the house becomes pregnant, she cannot do much work. Her mother-in-law gradually lessens her duties in the house. When her time arrives, she does practically nothing, and after the child is born, her only work is to play with it. She does not do any household duties at all. Sandhya merges in Gayatri, the Gayatri in Om and Om in Samadhi. It is like the sound of a bell. Tong. The yogi, by following the trail of the sound Om, gradually merges himself in the Supreme Brahman. His Sandhya and other ritualistic duties disappear in Samadhi. Thus the duties of the Jnani comes to an end. Sri Ramakrishna is clearly mentioning from our day-to-day life's experiences how the rituals, we begin with the ritualistic worship because we are at very gross level of physical existence, of matter. As matter, we are living with matter. Same toughness, same softness, varieties of nature which we find with matter. Spirit is all-pervading. Spirit is pure, untouched by, like sky. It is untouched by anything. Nothing stains it. Put whatever color you want, throw on it space, nothing can stain it. But it gives room for all things. Fire is there, which doesn't burn. It has given room for fire. The space has given. So, Akashamiva Nirlipta. So, here we see it is Nirlipta. When the rituals are blossoms, flowers, once the fruit comes, the flowers fall off. Flower is just to get the fruit. Now, it falls off by itself. When through rituals, love of God awakens. Go on doing. See, what we usually see is two people coming together. They'll be talking, formalities, they'll be preparing food for each other. Sometimes they will give something, these people will give something. Or two persons if you take, this person will give, that person will give. This giving and taking, just like we are praying for something and offering something, like that Leva Devi, giving and taking will be there. God bless us in various small, subtle forms, or we apply it to be His grace. Now I am struggling, I am doing small worship and all daily, which is not connected with my life as such. But now I am finishing my education. Then I have a desire inside. During studies, we used to think, oh, I must pass exam, I must pass. Each time he passes, he attributes it to God. Oh, I could not have got through, but for God. whether God's grace has actually descended or not, but he feels. When he gets a job, he feels, oh, by grace of God, I could get a job. And now and then he prays expressively or just in the mind, I must get past. He may not verbally pray. Sometimes he may verbally pray also. Oh God, I'm appearing for exam. I'm applying for a job. You get me a job. He may pray, or his heart will be just, oh, I want that, I want this, maybe there. And he's doing his daily practices or small worship or whatever we are accustomed to do in our houses, we are doing. Now giving and taking is taking place. And then one day you see that intimacy grows, just like two friends, the college friends. How first they are strangers to each other when they come to the college from somewhere, and how they slowly, first day introducing each other. Like that, within a year or two, they become so intimate. By the time they finish their education, they find difficult to part from each other. What is binding now? What is binding is love. How did it generate? Through small giving and taking. Ritual is something we are giving with an intention that God will repay for it. Each time he has got an intention. It's called sankalpa. Sankalpa is done. If nothing is there, a sannyasi is doing a worship. He says, Jagat Kalyanartham. Oh, for the welfare of the world I am doing. But he is doing with an intention for the welfare of the world, for the welfare of the society in which, for his community, maybe his family. He may not be absolutely selfish, but it is intending to that. So here we see that how the slowly rituals he is doing for love of one's love of God comes. His whole mind is fixed on the Lord or the Divine Mother whom he worships. Whole attention is got there. Worship drops off. He cannot do, he cannot procure, he cannot bring things, he cannot offer, but that love and intimacy, wherever, whatever he sees, it will be offered. It is just like a beggar woman going for a fair. So many items, so many articles, so many food materials, so many clothing, everything will be there. In fairs, we see huge type of people, varieties of play going on. And we see a beggar woman is going with her child. She doesn't have anything. She looks at everything and, oh, that shirt would have been nice for my child. Oh, this sweetmeat is there. If anybody has given, I would have given to my child. Mentally, she is offering everything to her child. She is putting on and seeing whether it's the exact size of the cloth which my child can wear. Same thing happens when a devotee love dawns. He sees some fruits. Oh, Lord, I mentally offer this to you. I can't go and buy. Where from I will do? And that attention is entirely different. We see Sri Ramakrishna's father was going to a far-off village. Whole day he has walked. Early in the morning he leaves his village and walking. He is about to reach the place where he has to go. Whole day it is in the evening he sees. And then there was a bilwa tree which fresh of the bilwa trees once in a year almost sheds off the leaves. There won't be leaves, much leaves, a few leaves and few, this one will be there. And it is fully grown. When he comes to near this village, this is a bilwa tree with fresh shoots and tender leaves. Oh, I can worship with this. And then he starts plucking those leaves, puts in a bag, and instead of going to their house, he could have put a little water and placed it, or while going next day he could have taken. But he's restless to offer it to God. He walks all the distance and then reaches home and does the worship. And again next day he comes back. You can imagine what is that love which makes them go all the way, walking all the day and walking back, reaching at late hours in the night, getting up in the morning, offering the worship and again starting. That is love of God. They want to do, they want to sacrifice. So this love dawns, then all things drop away. Rituals will drop away. He gives the example of daughter-in-law getting pregnant. After that, mother-in-law goes on reducing the work till her day of delivery comes, and then she is totally free from all activities. She takes rest for a day or two, few days, no activities, just waiting for the baby to emerge. After that, she goes on playing. Like that whole is actually, this journey is not a day's or one life's journey. We have been traveling lives after lives to reach that state of when I get that ecstatic love of God. When I forget myself, I forget this world, I'll be dwelling in the ocean of joy. Gayatri merges in Om and Om merges in Samadhi. It's like sound of bell. Tong. When the bell is rung, you can hear in Bailurmath the huge gong is there ringing the bell in the shrine. When the offering is to be given, to be brought to the shrine, he'll be closing all the doors and all that. One huge gong, boom! It at least for 30 seconds, it goes on. That sound, if you follow that sound, not externally, internally, the sound of it. Suppose you are telling Om, there is an end. How? But I am continuing it with the sound in the mouth. It is making sound. Om, where the Om Makara comes. Then it is called the external word that is Om uttered through the mouth as sound ends. I am concentrating on it. I am leaving all my activities, thoughts, my past, present, future, everything when I utter that. I am supposed to follow that Om or Reem. That Om is passing through various stages within, how it came out, in the same way it goes back. Wherefrom it is emerging from the consciousness, Chaitanya, Para Pashyanti Madhyama Vaikari. It is coming out from the depths of my being, the spiritual existence. I have two existences, bodily existence, spiritual existence, the divine within. Now, body, physical body, then the prana's energy, then the senses, mind, intellect. These belong to the bodily existence, belongs to Prakriti, nature. Then comes no man's land called Prajna, awareness. It belongs both to the Prakriti and Chaitanya, or it doesn't belong to both. It is like no man's land between two countries. It is the prajna. After that, my pure spiritual existence begins, where I go and dwell in the second stage of my deep sleep. I withdraw from bodily existence, from psychic, that is a mental existence, then from the causal existence, where my all knowledge and identity is going to end, remain in the seed form, and I separate. From there, now, from there, from the Chaitanya, it is emerging out, and it is reaching mind. Mind is so far, it has to pass through the causal body. It passes the causal body and enters into Manomaya Kosha, a mental sheath. Now, from emerging out, the emerging place, the Chaitanya is just shooting out from the Chaitanya. It is already formed in the Chaitanya. What I do speaking is formed already in the Chaitanya itself, and it is continuously coming out. It is not ending there. It is emerging out, and it is traveling to mind. This traveling from Chaitanya to mental level, passing through the causal body, Karana Sharira, is called Pashyanti state. Yogis can perceive this Pashyanti state. From there, it comes to mind. As it enters into mind, it takes the form of the word. There is artha only. It wants to tell something. Artha is there. Artha is taking the form of the word. I want to convey something. So it is becoming a word form. Because I have associated everything with the word in the physical world, according to our own mother tongue or whatever language I have. Now a crow is shown. Mother she goes on telling, a crow there, a pig here. It goes on 10 times it is told the pig word and the pig object, the crow word and the crow object. That is bird, an animal, they are identified. Each time mother just tells the word, it can understand what it is without seeing it. First, seeing it, they get matched up in mind. So when it comes to mind, immediately it will pick up, it presents itself in the form of word because of the earlier association. It takes the form, what it wants to convey. Then it comes out through the mouth as Vaikhari. Now, when I say Om, it is Om. Now, I am sinking back from where it is emerging. In mouth it ends Om. If I follow it back, reverse, where it ends, it's called Bindu. Shabda is becoming Omkara, Uma together is becoming Bindu, a point where it ends. After that, it is continuing in mental state. Mouth ended, it is continuing in the mental state. That mental state is continuing is called Chandra. Various stages we are passing through when we follow the Omkara from within. These are called Navaka, 9 stages of inner what we follow. Up to the Chaitanya, we go back. It's called Chandra. The Chandra, slowly, first the Omkara, then Bindu, then Chandra. From Chandra, in mind also, it's continuing. Mind, it is continuing. Mind also it ends. It is called Rodhini. It's going to stop there in the mind, Rodhini. After that, in Chaitanya, it is flowing now. Mental state is over. As if I am passing through the causal body. It is Nada Swarupa now. Omkara is continuing as Nada. From Rodhini, we get Nada. If you follow back, it is called Nada. From Nada, we enter into Nada also ends. It is called Nadanta. Nada ends. Nada Anta. Antya. Nadanta. It ends there. From Nadanta, it continues still as Shuddha Shakti, Chit Shakti, the power of consciousness. It is called Shakti. And Shakti is entering into the ocean of Chaitanya. As Shakti, what you are uttering Omkara, now it has become Shakti, power, and it is expanding in the Chaitanya. And this expansion is called Vyapini. The stage is called Vyapini. From Vyapini, it goes to a stage where I see the Chaitanya and I don't know who am I. I've lost myself in that, but I'm able to see, just like I'm forgotten when I reach the ocean. And I am looking at that vast ocean. I am there. The whole world is beyond. I am not aware. Vast ocean I am seeing. This is called Samanaska. This Manaska is not mind of the waking state. Term is used, Samanaska, to show that there is still duality. Samanaska. And then is the I, who is the observer, dissolves. While following Chaitanya, Omkara, he has become Omkara and entered into the ocean. This entering it was Unmanaska. Unmanaska is Nirvikalpa, where there is no duality. It has reached the Chaitanya. Now you see that Omkara has taken 9 stages of evolution back to the source from where it emerged. This is Omkara. Om. Sri Ramakrishna is just leaving it tongue and says it merges in a Nirvikalpa. These are 9 stages called Navaka. 9 is called Nava. Navaka. So here the Gayatri, the sound of the bell, Gayatri merges in Om and Om in Samadhi. It clearly mentions how every mantra, whether it's Gayatri or any other, Om Namo Narayana, Om Namah Shivaya, last merge, Om is beginning, it begins with Om. It slowly merges in the Om and Om merges in the Samadhi. It is like sound of a bell. Tong, bong, oh, oh. And while uttering, though we know Om consists of Om, when uttering, we don't say Om, we don't say. When each merge in each other to become Om, many people have a wrong understanding that it is made up of Om. We have to tell Om. No. It is combined expression. It is one sound. Om. Though it is combined, when it emerges, reaches the mind, it comes to the stage Om. So Om. This, when you follow from within, you are sitting for a meditation, and Om, you are coming out from the heart. You are able to hear as if mantras, we don't, first in the stages, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. All these, Om Durgaye Namaha, all these we utter through mouth. Afterwards, don't utter through the mouth. Then we will mentally do. The third stage we do is just as if mantra is going on within and we are listening. We observe the mantra going on, the third stage of japa. First stage of the japa will be uttering through the mouth. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. When we get absorbed, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Slowly we are getting absorbed in it. And sounds, mouth stops, mind watches. Now, when we come to the pure mental state, where artha, meaning alone, is predominant, and the words are secondary, is the expression of the thought. Artha is becoming shabda. So, suppose there is a person who cannot speak, dumb person, deaf and dumb. Now, he cannot use language. It doesn't associate. It's pictorial representation. He goes and sees and comes, try to express that what he has seen, not through the words, just by expression. Because he doesn't know, is not associated with language. Now, what it will be? Artha. That artha it is giving without language. When you go still deeper, then the hearing, just before that artha comes into picture, there is only hearing. The mouth stops, mind stops, now hearing begins. The mantra is going on automatically, and as if the mantra is going on within, and you are just listening. No utterance, it's going on. Om Namah Shivaya is going on. Now slowly it emerges out as the form, or it is taking a form in the mind itself, whatever it is, his own understanding. So this we see the Omkara. We will continue in the next class. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.